Earth Hour, a grassroots movement born in Sydney in 2007, has seen 10,400 landmarks, over 7,000 cities in 172 countries and territories switch off for climate action. Together, individuals and communities have built a people-powered global movement to create real change, lighting up homes and lives with solar power in India and the Philippines, providing families with fuel-efficient stoves in Nepal and Madagascar, and helping communities get back on their feet after Typhoon Haiyan with climate-smart boats. We have successfully banned plastic in the World Heritage Site of the Galapagos Islands and planted the world's first Earth Hour forest in Uganda, a country losing thousands of hectares to deforestation every month. Together, we've made a lasting difference, but we must continue to protect our planet, our home. This Earth Hour, join us to shine a light on climate action. Together, let's change climate change.
Welcome to Oxford News This Week. I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Terry Stiles. In this week's news, M24 construction is postponed, a fundraiser is being held for a brave young lady, and an OC TV show receives an award.
Stay tuned, learn more about these stories and others. The Oxford News begins right now. It's official. The highly anticipated M24 construction project is not going to happen in 2019. Everybody can take a deep breath. Due to a recent change in MDOT program to fund the I-75 mega project and I-696 reconstruction, the M24 project is pushed to 2020. MDOT is planning to conduct a rehabilitation project involving over 2 miles of M24. At the same time, they will undertake the complete reconstruction of nearly 2 miles of M24 in Oxford, just north of the village, according to MDOT. Age, road condition, and drainage facilities warrant overhaul.
Little Lucy Holt is not done fighting for her health and happiness, nor is the community of Oxford. Tickets are on sale for a huge fundraiser dubbed the We Love Lucy at the Knights of Columbus Hall in Lake Orion on Saturday, November 18th from 5 to 10 p.m. Lucy, who celebrated her first birthday September 21st, is currently undergoing chemotherapy after having a portion of her liver removed last month. For $50, folks can enjoy a full dinner menu, music, dancing, a silent auction, and a 50-50 raffle. In Oxford, tickets are available at Collier Lanes, Caveman and Pip, and Boulevard Boutique. Other ticket locations are at the Stars Roofing and Cutting Edge Salon in Lake Orion.
Mary Boberg led a truly noble and selfless life, serving the less fortunate in her community. On October 19th, Boberg passed away at the age of 88. Having spent many years filling empty bellies, Boberg was one of the earliest members of the Oxford Orient Fish, a local nonprofit group which provides free emergency groceries to low-income families, individuals, and senior citizens. Miss Boberg will be sincerely missed by all.
Oxford lost a true champion for the advancement of the community and welfare of others when Darlene Tolliver passed away on October 17th at the age of 74. For many years, Tolliver was an active member of the Oxford Addison Youth Assistance and the Oxford Women's Club. She held leadership positions in both groups. According to Judy Verse, chair of the OAYA board, Tolliver was loyal to the community and to their board.
Oxford Community Television was one of many public access stations honored with an award Friday evening during the 2017 Philo Festival hosted by Orion Neighborhood Television at the Media Arts in Lake Orion. An episode of the OCTV original program, My Life, was named winner of the Philo Festival Military category. The episode is a compilation of local veterans who served during World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Along with award winner, producer, and host John Ochins were OCTV editors Russell Currier and Ashley Point, both receiving awards for the programs. Congratulations.
Addison Township's historic Arnold Schoolhouse was officially unveiled Sunday after countless donations and hours were put towards its renovation by local officials and businesses and residents over the last 8 years. Over 100 people attended the open house held at the Watershed Park. Arnold School is a historic one-room schoolhouse and has been the focus of an extended restoration effort by township officials and the community since 2009. Congratulations, you did it.
Kelly Kilgore is looking for a few good men and women to save lives and protect property by joining the Oxford Fire Department. The 50-year-old Oxford resident was recently hired as a full-time recruitment retention program manager. The position is primarily funded by a $300,000 grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency and has 4-year contract, is in effect October 31st with a starting salary of $53,000 plus benefits in the first year. His primary mission is to recruit and retain paid on-call members for the department.
That's it for Oxford News this week. If you'd like to learn more about these stories and others, pick up a copy of the Oxford Leader newspaper, or you can catch us on our website, occtv.org, or on YouTube, and of course our regular cable channel, Charter Channel 191 or AT&T Channel 99.
And coming up soon on OCTV's very own Cody Wright with the sports report and school news with John Ochins, and you won't want to miss Auto Talk and Science in the News with Dave Kenny.
I'm Terry Stiles. Thanks for watching Oxford News this week, where we bring your news closer to home.
And I'm Elgin Nichols. Remember, always be kind to your friends and neighbors, and thanks for watching.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and these stories are taken from the publication New Scientist. In our first story, the Russian software company Kaspersky is opening up its code to independent scrutiny. The firm wants to counter media reports that Russian intelligence had installed a backdoor into its popular antivirus software. Kaspersky has been one of the world's top cybersecurity firms. Its software is installed on some 400 million computers around the world. But last month, after U.S. coverage of the company's alleged link with the Kremlin, the Trump administration banned U.S. federal agencies from using Kaspersky antivirus products. Earlier this month, anonymous reports surfaced claiming the Russian government may have compelled the company to compromise its own software to allow the Kremlin to hunt for classified documents. On Monday, in an attempt to lay the matter to rest, the firm announced it would submit its source code to a broad selection of computer security experts and government officials for review. "We've got nothing to hide," says CEO Eugene Kaspersky. And in China, for the past 12 months, Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba has been slurping up video feeds, social media data, traffic information, and other data from Hangzhou City in its City Brain project. The stated goal was to improve the life in Hangzhou by letting artificial intelligence process this data and use it to control aspects of urban life. It seems to have worked. The trial has been so successful that the company is now packaging the system for export to other places in China and eventually the rest of the world. Using artificial intelligence to optimize Hangzhou has had many positive effects. Traffic congestion is down, road accidents are automatically detected and responded to faster, and illegal parking is tracked in real time. If someone breaks the law, they too can be tracked throughout the city before being picked up by the police. In China, people have less concern with privacy, which allows us to move faster, said Shansheng Hua, the deputy managing director of Alibaba Artificial Intelligence, speaking at World Summit AI earlier this month. Consider the example of traffic flow. Using hundreds of thousands of cameras dotted throughout the city, Alibaba can track almost every car on every road. It can instantly detect crashes, blockages, or parking violations and automatically notify the police to deal with them. The system can predict the traffic flow 10 minutes ahead of time with 90% accuracy and responds by changing traffic light patterns to even out congestion. It can even send text messages to people to help them plan different routes. City Brain is about comprehensive cognition, says Hua. If you do something illegal, it can be tracked throughout the city before police pick you up. The average journey time has improved by 10%, and better traffic flow means less fuel usage, which is better for air quality and better for the planet. Imagine doing the same thing for electricity grid or the water supply, and it's easy to see the attraction of a super smart city. But some see clear downsides. A fully smart city means that pretty much every aspect of your life is tracked, and yes, that allows a great deal of efficiency, but the privacy issues are huge, says Paul Bernal at the University of East Anglia in the UK. This is more apparent in the city's other optimizations. Alibaba's algorithms index all video footage so that it can be searched quickly later. If police give the city brain a picture of, say, a motorcyclist, the AI will return exact matches detailing where and when that motorcyclist had been in the city since the project began. It's easy to identify when people are not following the quote-unquote normal behavior patterns. Having identified people who are not normal, they can of course be then tracked, and who they meet with and where they go and so forth can also be quickly identified, says Bernal. As a way to control dissident movements or anything the authorities don't like, it's perfect. It would be up to other local authorities to weigh up the pros and cons. Alibaba is turning the city brain into a pop-up product other cities can adopt, and it's already in talks with several cities in China, including Shanghai. And similar projects are starting up elsewhere. Toronto in Canada recently announced plans to turn one region into an interconnected smart hub with the help of Sidewalk Labs, a subsidiary of Google's parent company, Alphabet. However, the Hangzhou City Brain project is in another league. The sheer amount of data it pushes the boundaries of what it means to be called a smart city. Well, that's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television.
I'm John Ochins, and welcome to the Oxford Wildcats School Update. Well, it was school board meeting time again last Tuesday. This time our audit results were presented. A representative of the accounting firm of Yo & Yo was there to go through the slides. The bottom line is that the district records are acceptable and free from material misstatement. We expect to get our latest student count results at the next meeting. Those are still being audited, but word is the count will be up. Also at the meeting, some of our Oxford Elementary School kids were in cahoots with the school board. The game cahoots, that is. 5th grade teacher Jody Viviano fills us in on the game.
So we found the Kahoot a number of years ago through a search of trying to find something innovative to help the kids with the reviewing of any concept. And it's a game format, so it makes it way more fun. Kids are able to create the Kahoots themselves, so they work in groups or on their own, here at school or at home, to create a game that others can play in class together as a way of reviewing a concept. It can be anything.
The kids who made the presentation and put the board to the test are Alexis Hobson, Alexis Mirza, Amelia DeBow, Ella Bailey, and Rachel Tom.
The reason we are doing this game is because there's a bunch of learning opportunities. You can make a quiz about anything you want. You can make a quiz about a math topic, a reading topic, biome topic. You can even make a biome about whatever you want. You can make it about yourself.
We use Kahoots to memorize and help us learn in a fun way. It's fun to see who knows what and what you can improve on, and it's just a fun way to learn.
So Kahoots are a healthy way to learn. Some people think Kahoots are just like math. They're not quite like math. They're just a game that you learn from. And so another reason why it's a healthy competition is you can see yourself on the leaderboard, and on your computer screen you can also see what place you're in.
We've used Kahoots to learn for math, biomes, and all sorts of stuff. I've even learned it to help learn Chinese.
Kahoots are really fun to do because it's a competition and it makes you want to play, and it makes you want to answer the questions and try hard.
So the board opened their laptops and took the quiz. We won't say who won. A reminder about the sinking fund and bond issues coming up on the November ballot in Oxford. We visited Daniel Axford with our maintenance chief, Tony Sarkins. The first subject was boilers.
We were talking a little bit about controls and that are scheduled in the bond coming up here. And what we've got, these boilers are scheduled to be replaced and we can pan on them. But while we're in this position right here, this is the old UPCMs that need to be replaced. These are obsolete. I can't get parts for them and the software is obsolete. This is pretty typical, not in every case, but it's quite typical throughout the district. Every piece of equipment in the district that runs has one of these controllers on it and these need to be replaced. This particular control that we're looking at right now is an older version of an RX controller that we're going to be upgrading to, but this is even outdated. We have to replace the Summit Tracer here, which is a piece of train equipment. This will now drive the existing air handler that's there. So this just shows you a little bit more of a variation of what has to happen that going forward when we get the new controls in the district.
If the bond and sinking fund pass, it will result in an increase of around $75 a year per thousand to your property taxes for each $100,000 of assessed evaluation, that is. Halloween is approaching and school festivities are ramping up. Lakeville Elementary parents were getting out their ghosts for the haunted house.
Well, we have the Lakeville Elementary sponsors a haunted house every year, and our parent volunteers get together, and we do this as a fundraiser and also for a fun event for the children and the community to come through and get scared. And we have the middle schoolers come over from Oxford Middle School, and they help us out with acting, and they play the parts of our different scary features here. So it's really fun. It's a combination of a bunch of people coming together and having a great time.
That was Cheryl Verbecki. She's in charge of the parent support group over at Lakeville. 9 students from our sister school in Puebla, Mexico are in town for a few days. Caught up with them in our cafeteria during International Day.
So this is our 6th group from Puebla. This year we have 9 students, 5 boys and 4 girls. They come from Puebla, Mexico. Every year in October they come and visit us, and then we return and visit them in May. They will be here for 2 weeks, so they'll be heading back home on November 5th. Oh, we want to give them the American experience, but also the uniquely Southern Michigan hospitality. So we just saw the Historical Museum. We're going to go to Frankenmuth. We go to Detroit. They spend several days at school shadowing their host students, seeing a lot of the classes that we have and all that we have to offer. Just kind of give them a teenage American experience from Oxford.
That's Kurt Noose, one of our OHS assistant principals. I caught up with the kids over at the middle school.
Yes. What's the best part of your visit so far?
My host family.
She said her host family. That's the Oxford School Update for this week. This is Oxford Community Television, keeping it local.
Hi everyone, I'm Bill Lansdowne, retired chief of the San Diego Police Department. The first step to protecting your smartphone is to add a simple passcode lock on your phone. It's an important first line of defense. For most iOS devices, such as iPads, iPhones, and iPod Touch, follow these simple steps. Tap Settings. Tap Passcode Lock. Tap Turn Passcode On. Enter in a 4-digit password. Re-enter the confirmed password. For iPhone 5 devices, you have the option to set a fingerprint passcode. These are highly effective phone locks. These steps are as follows. Tap Settings, tap Touch ID and Password. Here you will have the option to add your fingerprint as a Touch ID lock. Tap Finger 1 and the phone will instruct you how to add your fingerprint as a lock. You also have the option to use a simple passcode as well. Either will work to access your phone. To add a simple passcode, scroll down on the same screen and find Simple Password. Slide right to turn it on. The phone will then prompt you to enter a 4-digit code. Re-enter the 4-digit code to confirm.
What's going on, Oxford fans? Cody Wright here once again with the Sports Report. Now, we don't have a lot of news this week. However, the little news we do have is all around good. So let's not waste any time and dive in to see how things are shaping up. Well, first off, varsity football team turned things around last week like we expected against Berkeley High School. And it gets even better. Not only did we beat them, but we crushed them to a final score of 43-7. On top of that, our freshman club went on the road and took on Clarkston and added to the success. Once again, the score wasn't close. We came out ahead, final score 29-0. Also, the girls swim team dove in home waters against Avondale. These gals have been seeing a lot of success this year, and that continued last week when the meet ended with Oxford's 147 points to Avondale's 36. And last but certainly not least, the boys cross country team captured the OAA Red Division title at Clintonwood Park in Clarkston on the 19th, the first championship in the last 14 years. The top 5 Oxford runners who finished in the top 15 were Dominic Bruce in 3rd, Hunter Green in 9th, Ulysses Rodriguez in 10th, JJ Baggins in 13th, and Zach Smith in 15th. Big congratulations to all the athletes and coaches. Well, like I said, not a whole lot of news for this report, but overall it was a very successful week. For more info on these events and more, go to oxfordathletics.org. Plenty of upcoming fall games, statistics, and scores for you to get a hold of all right there at oxfordathletics.org. While you're at it, might as well check us out at OCCTV.org. Our coverage of these games and many more programs can all be found on our YouTube page, which can be accessed through the website. Once again, that is OCCTV.org. Well, that should just wrap things up for this week. I want to thank you all for watching, and don't forget to tune in next time. I'm Cody Wright. Go Wildcats.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
Please donate now to Red Cross Disaster Relief. Your help is urgently needed.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and these stories are taken from the publication Automotive News. In our first story, Google's self-driving car affiliate Waymo is expanding winter testing as it works to address a potential blind spot for autonomous vehicles, snowy and icy conditions. Waymo said October 26th that Michigan is the 6th state where the self-driving car project will test autonomous vehicles. The company chose the state to see how vehicles will respond in snow, sleet, and ice. Waymo has been testing vehicles in Texas, Arizona, Washington State, Nevada, and California, and starts in Michigan this week on public roads with a backup safety driver sitting in the driver's seat if necessary. Waymo said it has conducted cold weather testing since 2012, including some around the Nevada and California border of Lake Tahoe, but the new testing in Metro Detroit may pose tougher challenges navigating snow-slicked or icy roads crowded with commuters. Waymo opened a development center in Detroit in Novi, Michigan, near Detroit and Novi, Michigan on May of 2016, working with Fiat Chrysler Automobiles to integrate Waymo's self-driving technology into Chrysler Pacifica hybrid minivans. The new winter testing is in the backyard of the Detroit 3 automakers. U.S. automakers have touted plans to get self-driving cars on the roads. GM CEO Mary Barra said the automaker is working hard on self-driving cars and expects to deploy cars without backup drivers in quarters, not years. Wow. Waymo has been mapping areas in Metro Detroit and wants to assess how its sensors perform in wet, cold conditions. One hurdle is self-driving car mapping software may have challenges in winter weather. One challenge for Waymo may be human drivers. Many self-driving vehicles from numerous companies have been struck by inattentive or careless drivers in California, according to reports filed with the state. And over at Chevrolet, General Motors is helping Hot Wheels celebrate its 50th anniversary next year by giving toy lovers the chance to purchase a full-scale model of their own. The automaker on October 25th announced the 2018 Chevrolet Camaro Hot Wheels 50th Anniversary Edition, which was unveiled at an event in California ahead of its public debut alongside 20 or so other Chevy models at the SEMA show this week in Las Vegas. The package pays homage to Hot Wheels features including unique badging, a crush exterior color, and stripes that replicate the toy's famous orange tracks. It will go on sale in the first quarter of 2018 as a $195 option on the Camaro 2LT and 2SS Coupe and convertible models, which start at $31,500 including shipping. A Hot Wheels package also will be available on the 2018 COPO Camaro, a drag-specific racer. The automaker has produced 69 a year since the program restarted in 2012. Those interested in purchasing a COPO Camaro race car, which starts at $109,000, can register at www.chevrolet.com/performance/COPO-registration. An independent third party randomly selects purchasers from the pool of interested customers. COPO Camaro customers can also select a naturally aspirated 427 or supercharged 350 racing engine. The supercharged 350 enables mid 8-second quarter-mile times at nearly 160 miles an hour. An all-new high-revving 302 Gen V small block is also available. The new 302 racing engine is based on the LT1 engine offered on the 2018 Camaro SS, but built for drag racing with unique components. As with the previous edition's 2018 COP Camaro models are designed for NHRA's stock eliminator classes. Oh, and by the way, the cars are not street legal. And on the recall front, Kia Motors America is recalling over 342,000 Souls for the second time in the U.S. because an initial repair may not have fixed a steering flaw. The recall affects certain Soul and Soul EVs from the 2014 to 2016 model years that were produced between July 21st, 2013 and September 30th, 2015. The pinion plug may not be secured correctly according to a National Highway Traffic Safety Administration report. This may cause the pinion gear to separate from the steering gear assembly, causing the steering function to be lost. The driver will hear a clunking noise from the steering rack while turning the steering wheel, the report says. Kia is not aware of any injuries associated with the issue, according to a company statement. Kia estimated the government documents that 1% of the vehicles in the recall could have the defect. Kia says previous repairs disclosed in November of 2015 may not have been performed correctly. The pinion plug was supplied by Ire Automotive of South Korea. Dealerships will secure the plug or replace the steering gear assembly if necessary. The company will begin notifying customers by mail on November 16th, and Kia says it will reimburse customers who already paid for a repair. Well, that's all for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and as always, may the wind be at your back as you cruise down life's highways.
If you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, it's important to act fast. Helping to save a life is easier than you might think. Just start hands-only CPR. The first step is to send someone to call 911 or call 911 yourself. Then get directly over the victim. Put the heel of one hand in the center of the chest, then put your other hand on top of the first. Then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. It's important to push at a rate of at least 100 beats per minute, which is about the same tempo as the song Stayin' Alive. Let's hope you never have to use hands-only CPR, but if you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, don't be afraid to try it. Remember, call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Your actions can help save a life. To learn more, call 877-AHA-4CPR or visit heart.org/hands-only-CPR.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.